But I just jumped right in. The year, just right in, just full on, heads first, full on dive right into the deep end of the water. I can't really swim that well, but I decided to just jump right in. Hello again, and welcome back to Lupus on Jam. It's been 10 months. Oh wow. Hi guys, I am so sorry for not uploading. Life has been quite busy and crazy and chaotic in all those orders, that exact order it has been in. But I'm back and I'm better than ever. And because it's been 10 months, that means I got lots of things to talk about because my life is, as always, chaotic and all over the place, kind of. I really need to, like a schedule or something, or some kind of thing to make me organize. I'm sorry guys. But my social media is in the description down below if you want to check me out on TikTok or Instagram, because I do upload things occasionally on there. Occasionally. But without further ado, I think that's it. Yeah, without further ado, let's begin this episode of Lupus on Jam. Disclaimer. Remember, I am not a doctor. I will just be talking about my experiences and situations I dealt with and what solutions work for me. If you have any medical concerns with your illness, please talk to a medical professional. Thank you. So as you may or may not know, I joined college last year. My original goal was to get into the army, to do aircraft maintenance, which would make me spend like 4 years soldering and doing soldering stuff, but also get in like my I think it's qualifications in the army. Probably not as good of a qualification as one inside like education in a sense, but I would have did lots of practical stuff, especially working on aircrafts, which I was excited for that. But before I was able to join the army, I was diagnosed with SLE. If you don't know what SLE, I'll put it right here. For those people who don't know what SLE, I'll put the description on that. But yeah, I was diagnosed with SLE. That means to pursue my career in engineering in the aviation industry, I needed to either go college, and then after college I can go uni or apprenticeship. I'm aiming for uni. Guys. Now I could have started the same year, mind you, the same year I was diagnosed, or I could have waited a year and then go college and get my diploma. So guys, what do you think I picked? Probably the smart choice would to be wait a year, recover, see what happens. But I just jumped right in. The year, just right in, just full on, heads first, full on dive right into the deep end of the water. I can't really swim that well, but I decided to just jump right in. Because I started in the same year I was diagnosed, I had to deal with a lot of things that was unknown to me at the time, especially my symptoms that was showing up I had to deal with that I didn't know how to deal with, what was causing it. And these symptoms that I was getting from my lupus really affected my attendance, because sometimes, I had to just stay in bed because I couldn't get up. I just felt tired sometimes, fatigue. Sometimes I just felt in pain, especially when I have my neck pain. But honestly, there was times in there that I wanted to give up, mostly because I was like falling behind, mostly because I was just not giving it my all, not giving it my best, because I couldn't give my best, which, sucks. It really does suck, especially when you know that you can, accomplish much more, but there's a visible war called lupus that's, holding you back. And of course, because of like my drive was down, my attendance were down, it affected my exams and, you know, my assignments because I couldn't give my all. And I'm pretty sure I've gotten grades that I was like, looking back now, I can definitely have achieved better. You know, if I, had the energy, had the drive to do so, I believe I could have achieved better. So you're probably wondering, why didn't I just wait a year? It'd probably be much better for me if I did wait a year. But honestly, guys, it was just fear. Fear of being left behind by my peers. Because I was training for the army, I took like a year after my high school to, train to get into that. And then I was hit with SLE. If I waited another year to join college, then academically I would be further behind, much further behind than my classmates, than my peers, than anyone else. I felt like, everyone was just leaving me behind, and I felt like I would be embarrassed. Especially if someone from my age, they talk about college or uni, and I'm like, hey, I didn't go. I was, in bed, and maybe they look at me differently because of that. And I just didn't want that to happen. Obviously, I feel like now I don't really have that fear. Maybe because I decided to go for that year, go for it. Even though there was a lot of unknown, I decided to go for it. And I no longer feel too far behind from everybody. Maybe back then I would have definitely chosen a different choice if I felt like, hey, there's nothing wrong with being behind from everyone. It's okay to take it at your own pace sometimes, especially because if you want to take this year, you're going to go through a lot of horrible, annoying, stressful things that maybe it would have just been better if you didn't have to deal with. But, that's just my experience, because in reality, my mindset of being embarrassed caused me not to be doing my best, not feeling my best. And honestly, I just didn't like that. I didn't like how I couldn't perform how I usually do. Oftentimes I was laying in bed for a week, 2 weeks, weeks at a time, because I just couldn't, I couldn't bring myself to go college because of illness or pain or tiredness and fatigue. Honestly, after going through a lot of the stuff that I did, I'm actually quite glad of what I got, especially because I thought I was going to get worse. But, I did try, I did put in the effort, even though sometimes I did want to give up, but I didn't. And I continue on, and I got through the year, and I got my grade that I got. And that was done with hard work, determination, a lot of things that, sometimes you don't think you have, but when it comes to situations like this, it kind of shows its head when you're not least expecting, actually. I hope my experience helped you decide what decision you want to make. Obviously, you can choose a different route than me, I don't know. Or you can choose the same route, but you would know about, the different things you might experience. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like I said, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below. I hope you have a good day, all of you. And I'll leave you off with a question. Should I have waited?